But the first thing that you must understand is that fear, all right, is what the Lord is going to get out of you, all right? So you can either fear from the words on the page that's being read unto you, or you going to fear regardless. When he comes back, it's going to be a different type of trembling. See, we trembling right now. Just from being able to understand the words that's coming out of his mouth.
Right.
See what I'm saying? The words that's coming out of his mouth is through his prophets. All right? Go ahead, bro.
This is 2nd Esdras 15, verse 24 and 25. It said, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments,
Woe
said
to
the
them
Lord.
that sin and keep not my commandments, man. You know? But we're not under the law. What? See how somebody's breaking that down wrong? We're not under the penalty of the law. We're not under the immediate penalty of the law. Because you're still gonna get penalized just because it's, what does it say? Ecclesiastes 8, Baba Kushah. 8 and I think it's 11.
Yep. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work.
What's an evil work? Sin. Go ahead.
It's not executed speedily.
So just because the Lord ain't destroyed you for eating pork, committing adultery, shaving your beard, blaspheming his name, you know, so forth and so on, does that mean that you're not gonna get punished? No. Okay. That means you got a grace period to get right, to turn away from those things. But because you haven't been judged immediately, the idea that you concocted in your mind is that the Lord loves me. All I gotta do is just, it don't matter what I do. I don't gotta keep his law. All I gotta do is just proclaim that I love him. And I don't even really gotta know what love is. I just speak these vain words out of my mouth and do whatever the hell I wanna do and live my life the way that I wanna live. And in the end, he's gonna save me just because he loves me, because he's all love.
Not. Not.
The Lord say, show me. He said, how you gonna get saved? Through faith and your works. By faith, matter of fact, that's in Esdras. Get it? 2nd Esdras 8. I think by faith and by works shall they be saved. I'll get it for you in a second. No, it's in 2nd Esdras. Oh, 2nd Esdras 9 and 7, Salak.
Yeah, these Christians out here think they saved, but they got a rude awakening coming.
I got
Go ahead.
This is 2nd Esdras 7 and
9 and 7.
9 and 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed.
Faith, by what did it say first? By works and by your faith, right?
Come.
So they're synonymous. That's why you gotta go to Ephesians, Baba Kushah. I believe it's that's why you gotta keep going over these things, man. So it's a lot in here, but you have to constantly rehearse and go over these things. I know it's in Ephesians. I say faith without works is dead. I believe it's 5. I believe it's the 5th chapter. Try verse 20. My spirit tells me it's verse 26, but I don't know. Okay. Say faith without works.
Oh, this James 2:26.
Yes, come, Salaki. James 2:26.
Right there.
Come, that's it, brother.
It's the book of James, chapter 2, verse 26. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also.
Now go back to 2 Ezra 9 and read it again. And how you gonna be saved? No, water up.
This is 2 Ezra. Salakia. This is 2 Ezra 9 and verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed.
Because if you say you got faith and you don't got works, then you a dead man. Right? And that's vice versa. Because one thing about it, you can't do one without the other. It's impossible. Because they go together. Because your works are a testament of your faith. All right? And your faith, okay, is what make you do the work. Okay? All that's a part of the fear, man. All right? So ultimately, the Lord really got to place that fear in you. You know? Go ahead, bro.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yep. So you can say that you're faithful. But James 2:26 say, faith without works is dead. So is the spirit without the body. Because faith is spiritual power. Ephesians 2 and 8 tell you that faith is the gift of the Most High. You know? We are saved by grace. Yeah, we saved by grace. What's the grace? The grace is the influence that the Lord has placed upon your mind to fear Him.
That's right.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
The substance. The substance, man. You know? The substance. So that's an actual resource. That's an actual source of strength, a substance. You know? And then the evidence of things not seen. You know? So we see every day that this place is obviously coming to a abrupt end.
That's right.
Means suddenly and unexpectedly. So we don't only see that it's about to come to an end, we see that it's going to catch everybody completely and utterly off guard, man. Like a thief in the night. The words testify themselves. But if the Lord hadn't given you the eyes to receive the evidence, you know, that's why you have a court system where they present evidence to determine whether or not someone is guilty or innocent. What do? They present evidence.
Right.
When they present evidence, is everybody always convinced that the man is guilty or innocent through the evidence? No. Why? Because it's not given to them. Even though it's presented before the whole courtroom, you still have, that's why you have hung juries. You know, they be in there for hours. It could be one person that don't see how this person is guilty.
That's right.
That one person could be right though.
That's right.
Usually the one is right. Normally it's not the majority that's right. Normally it's the minority that's right, man. Because that's how the Lord works. He deals with the small numbers. That's why everybody is not able to come and receive the understanding of this word, man. The Lord is only dealing with a small election. You know?
Many are called, but few are chosen.
Many are called, but few are chosen, man.
I got one for you. Hey, this is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 24 through 25. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope.
Yep.
For what a man seeth, what do he yet hope for?
Right. So if everybody in the world could see this, you know, if this was everybody, for everybody and everybody could see it, I mean, it wouldn't be, it's like it's automatically confirmed.
That's right.
You know? If nobody disagrees with this, everybody agrees with this, then it's no reason, you know, for you to be like, well, it might happen. No. You know?
Verse 25. But if we hope for that what we see not, then do we with patience wait for it.
And see, it's all about the Lord keeping you humble, man.
That's right.
See, if everybody knew it, then nobody would be humble, man. You know? Like, oh, everybody know this, because that's how people act. When it's an obvious fact, you know, people be like, oh yeah, everybody know that. You know? You say something like, green mean go at the traffic light.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna, you know, disagree with that.
You're right, everybody agree with that.
You know, every time the light green, people go. It's yellow, they slow down, and it's red, they stop.
Right.
You know? But how come when we read plain things out of the scriptures, just the same as green means go, you can read something just as plain out of the scripture as the Lord only coming to save Israel.
Right.
That's as plain as green is go in the scriptures.
Right.
Why can't everybody see that? Because they don't have the faith. They have not been bestowed that grace, man.
Right. Why they don't see it.
Go ahead, bro.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 4. I'm gonna start at 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
Go ahead,
Verse 4. In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them.
See? So the Lord has given you over to deception, man, to the gods of this world. All right? Because you got powers that work on the minds of people that's not seen. You got powers that's not seen that work on the minds of the people. The spirit that's working on us, all right, is the spirit, the Holy Spirit, the Comforter, the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, that's able to come out here and make these scriptures plain unto you. Now, the one that's working, the adversary, Shaitan, all right, that's working with the physical counterpart, all right, who is Esau Edom, because that's the God of this world. The God of this world is the so-called white man. This is his kingdom, all right? He runs this.
Right.
And how he does that is through the resources that he has gained control of by way of the sword. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you one of his resources. You know? And he used you to defy your own power so that he can fulfill, in his mind anyway, his purpose, which is deceive. But really, that scripture's so deep because the God of this world belongs to the Lord.
That's right,
He set the God of this world up. There's nothing that's out of the hand of the Lord. There's nothing that the Lord has left untouched that he didn't set up. That's why when you read what it say, he wants you to believe a lie. All right? Because ultimately the Lord does what he wants.
That's right. Say what? Man's goings are of the Lord.
Man's goings are of the Lord. See, that's the understanding. That's the fear. See, that's the perfection of the fear of the Lord. When you understand, okay, I cannot make somebody get this. I can't make somebody be a part of something that the Lord didn't set them up to be a part of. All I can do is be grateful that the Lord has opened up my mind to understand this.
That's right.
And that's a fearful thing, because just as he's opened my mind up to understand this, the Lord can take it right away.
Great. Keep the spirit on us.
That's a fearful thing, man. Get Hebrews. Let's say it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
Come on, I got it right here. Come, this is Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living power. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
It's a fearful thing, man. You know? That's why when you really get the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, you are humble in a way that you've never been humbled in your life.
That's right.
You know? You don't think the same. You don't walk the same. You don't act the same, you know? Now it's a process. You don't just change overnight. But when that fear really gets in you, man, you make sure you are very cautious in your walk, man.
Be converted and renewed in your mind.
And you're really afraid to, like, even go around certain people that you use that's not like, you don't even want to really be around people that's not a part of this, man. You know? Like, they could be family. But the Lord don't care about that. Go back to Matthew the 10th chapter. Let's pick up it. You read 10 and 34. Now read 10 and 35. Matter of fact, start back at 34 and just keep going.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.